Hey guys, Vortex from Virtual Controls here, and today I'm going to show you how to get started with Link Tool and DCS World. So first of all, I assume you have installed VPC Link Tool. If not, you can find it on updatesrepeal.com, and we can go on more page and download latest stable release. It's 2513 and download. So let's install. English, next, yes, next, install. Launch VPC Link Tool. I have debug mode enabled, so that's why I am seeing this console. In order to disable debug mode, we need to go into options and disable debug mode. After this, we need to relaunch our Link Tool. So starting once again, and we see that debug mode is disabled. First, before running DCS World and getting any data from DCS World, we need to deploy DCS World script. You can find on the left side of the application this menu button, which opens sidebar, and we have deploy DCS World script button here. So now we should click on the deploy DCS World script button, and we need to select DCS Open Beta folder, which is located in Saved Games. So we're selecting scripts folder and pressing select folder. So folder doesn't exist. Do you want to create it? Yes. Yes, we create folder. Okay. And let's check what we have deployed. Scripts, hooks. So we have hooks folder, and we have deployed our DCS integration script. So basically, VPC game GUI is an entry point for this script, which is used for initialize all the script functionality. We have some configs here, socket host, socket port, which is used to transfer data from DCS. And there are a lot of code, so I don't recommend you to edit this functionality if you don't know how to work with Lua. Just only on the 99 line you can see that run export every 0.1 second. We can, let's say, change it to 1 second. So hit save, and telemetry data will be retrieved from DCS every 1 second. Another stuff I want to show you is planes specific telemetry data. How to get those data. We have planes examples. This is Lua code examples for some of the DCS aircrafts, and in order to work those files we can easily copy, let's say a10c2.lua, we copy into planes folder. By default this folder is empty because it is used for any custom user scripts. So basically you can edit and create your own files. You can process any cockpit arguments in the way how you see it. But I would like to use some predefined scripts, so that's why I'm copying a10c2 into planes folder. This is how this file looks inside. We have some arguments which you can find in DCS World folder in modules folder, in specific module folder. I won't be covering this code because it takes a lot of time, but I would like to say only that this file basically is a return function which takes VPC panel as argument, so you are able to retrieve any argument, cockpit argument state, by calling get argument value and passing argument number as parameter. So if you know exactly how this argument is numbered, you can easily retrieve any data and write your custom logic into this file. So the main difference between planes and planes examples folder is that DCS is reading any files from the planes folder, not planes examples. Let's say you are jumping in F14 module or 8NC or KA50. If specific telemetry data file is missing, my script will create this file based on template. I can show you the template file. It is located in VPC planes examples. This is a basic template file which can be used by you in order to create some of your custom scripts. I wrote some tips here so you can see that, as I said, this is a return function which takes VPC panel as parameter, and we work with the VPC panel and get argument value. So let's run DCS and I will show you how to create some basic rules. Okay, so I have my DCS World up and running, and let's instant action for 8NC2, let's say, take off. I won't be starting or shutting down plane. I'll just show you how all the data is retrieved from DCS. So basically on this step we can hit start button and waiting for data. But before, please make sure that you selected DCS World game in this currently selected simulation. So this is a game drop down menu. And hitting start. So DCS is loaded my mission and I hit fly button. And as you can see on the left side of the tool, I have a lot of arguments which are exported from my script, which I deployed into scripts folder, and you probably can see that some values are changed in real time. So how to create a new role? Let's say we would like to use CICU or maybe ILS argument. This argument is connected with this button, so when we press and this button is lit, as you can see now ILS is equal to 1. So we will be creating simple rule. We hit add rule button and let's say we will be making my VPC stick or my throttle LED number 1 to be red flashing. It means that second color should be black and LED mode should be flashing. If you will select steady, my button will be just steady red color, but I would like to be flashing. And command, let's say ILS enabled. So now we need to add a condition. So we hit condition, add condition. In first argument name, in this input, we need to copy argument and paste it here. So this is the argument name, and we have a few conditions here, at least 6 conditions. So less, more, equal, not equal, but I will be select equal, and the value should be the argument value, which you can take from the value column. So which one? As you can see, we can add here a lot of conditions. A lot of complicated rules can be created with this new functionality I provided a few days ago. But we will be working with one condition only. So this is it. ILS argument name, condition equal, and value will be 1. So I hit save, and as you can see I have only one rule with one condition for LED 1 with mode flashing, and it will be flashing with red and dark, just red flash, and I hit start. So as you can see on these USB devices list, I have my VPC throttle LED 1 flashing. Also I have this flashing button on my device. And we also can create another rule. For example, when this ILS button is disabled, is not lit, we can add some other color for this LED. Let's say it will be gray. It will be a steady gray. So I'm selecting steady mode, LED 1, command will be ILS disabled. Comments are up to you. You can write here what you like, doesn't matter. And we add condition, so right click, copy argument, ILS equals 0. So this is it, but we need to set for my VPC throttle. So LED number is 1, ILS equal 1, save. And we hit start button. So as you can see, now my LED 1 is flashing because ILS is enabled, but I will disable it and it becomes gray. If you want to increase flashing speed, you need to go to options and change pole rate timer. Let's say we will be flashing 100 milliseconds. Also, you need to change this pole rate in our script, so DCS will be transferring data in more often way. So we go to VPC game GUI, we are searching run export every second, and we're changing for 0 to 1. Let's say it will be 100 milliseconds. After changing this value, you need to restart your DCS fully from scratch in order to reload Wolf script. There is also a debug mode which can be enabled in config.lua VPC debug, set it to true, and restart your DCS. After you restart DCS, you don't need to restart it in after any changes you make into your scripts. You just be enough to quit and fly again. This is how debug mode works for my script. I also would like to mention one thing. Inside VPC game GUI.lua file, you can see that we are loading common Lua file, and also we are loading plane specific file. It is loading by its name. And what's the difference between those files? Inside VPC folder we have a common.lua file. Let's open it, and I call it a common telemetry data. Common because this data is extracted from any flyable module of DCS World, so that's why it's common. And as you can see, if on ship export allowed and there is a data from get self data function, it's not null, it's not nil if we're talking in Lua context. So this data will be transferred to Link Tool. You can also change any arguments, names, and you can replace any value. Let's say canopy open can be edited like just only canopy open without MCP prefix, canopy failure, and so on. You can edit this file how you want, but the main feature of this file is that this is a basic telemetry data for any flyable module from DCS. And as I mentioned earlier, planes folder contains plane specific telemetry data. Define it in your custom scripts. If you don't want to search or create any files, you can use planes examples, which we prepared for you in planes examples folder. Maybe in the future we will add some more files, so we will match all the flyable official DCS modules. So guys, thanks for watching, see you next time.